What is your name, please?
My name is Kevin Dennis Lacy,
And in February of 2008, what role did you assume at that point?
the Vice President of Drilling Completions for the Gulf of Mexico Business Unit for BP.
Did you ever direct anyone in your leadership team or your engineering teams to choose riskier activities at the sacrifice of safety?
No, absolutely not.
And to your knowledge, did your leadership team practice engineering in a way that chose safety over cost?
I had full confidence in my engineering, in my D&C organization, that they were doing proper well design and proper risk assessment commensurate with the risk that we had at the time up until my departure.
And that would include any decisions that were made on the Macondo well up until your departure, correct?
Those would have, of course, included anything that happened prior to my departure relative to Macondo, yes.
This is a cover email from you to Mr. Thierens, and an email below from Mr. Shaw to the GOM SPU leadership team, and attached to that is a document titled 2009 GOM D&C Performance Summary, VP D&C Kevin Lacy. Do you see this?
Yes, I do.
Have you seen this document previously?
Yes, I prepared this document as a summary of the GOM D&C performance for 2009 to document what had been accomplished prior to my departure.
Okay. And so this is a review that you put together yourself, is that accurate?
I collated this with assistance from Mick Leary and from a number of other sources and presented that to Neil Shaw, yes.
Okay. You were asked yesterday about any staff reductions as a result of any cost cutting. Do you recall those questions generally?
There were general questions about staff reductions and cost cutting, yes.
Okay. And under people, can you read to us what you wrote in your performance summary in 2009? The first two sentences, please.
Under people, yes. Built staff in key areas of completions, projects, and well site leaders by 47 net employees, while reducing contract staff by 30 people.
Go ahead, next sentence, too, I'm sorry.
This was the largest contractor reduction in Gulf of Mexico and had no visible impact on safety or operational performance.
Okay. So was it the case that in 2009 you built a staff of 47, you increased your staff by 47 BP employees in the D&C GOM operations?
That's accurate, yes. It would be a net because we reduced 30 contract staff. So the net would have been a total of 17 in terms of headcount.
Okay, so you cut 30 contract employees, but you increased 47 BP employees, correct?
Yeah, if I recall reading this in terms of when we said net employees, yes.
But as a result, you increased the number of BP employees, correct?
That's correct. The BP headcount increased, yes.
And was it your view that the contractor reduction had no visible impact on safety or operational performance?
No visible?
I'm sorry, those are the words here. Had no visible impact on safety or
That's correct.
operational. Mm-hmm. In 2009, in a year where there was reference to cost cutting, was the total number of BP employees who were working in the D&C operations more than had been previously employed in that group in 2008?
Yeah, I don't have, I think that's what this reference in earlier, there would have been a that point in time versus 2008. That's what these references make too in terms of the total net headcounts.
There's a section here titled Other Notable D&C Accomplishments. Do you see that?
I do.
Okay. And are these the accomplishments that you identified as part of your performance evaluation?
Yes.
The first accomplishment noted here is fully implemented OMS and completed gap analysis and LOMS documentation. Do you see that?
That's correct.
Okay. Were you the only person at BP responsible for implementing OMS?
No.
Was there a team of folks that were working on implementing OMS?
Yes.
Mr. Lacy, just before the break, we were talking about Exhibit 2955, which is an email from you to McLeary, and then it attaches the January 27th, 2010 letter that you prepared. And was that the message that you sent to your leadership team, or at least proposed to send to your leadership team as of January 27th of 2010?
That was my intent.
Okay. And did you tell your leadership team in this letter that you were leaving knowing that the DNC team was in great shape and in good hands?
The letter states that I said it is an opportune time for a change. I'm able to leave knowing the DNC team is in great shape and in good hands.
You go on to state that I'm also able to leave very satisfied that what was accomplished over the last 2 years was very important to GOM and BP, set some great examples of teamwork and leadership, and was very enjoyable for most of our DNC staff, especially myself.
That's correct.
Did you believe that at the time that you wrote it?
As it relates to the Gulf of Mexico, yes.